I think we actually lived that a few years ago, where it's sometimes premature, where you have everyone on the papers writing you as a Stanley Cup champion, but you really haven't proven anything. So I think the advice is that you have to believe it in your room first, And I think we got caught in believing what everyone else was saying instead of what we felt. So that'd be my only advice: is make sure your room is solid and understanding of what it is going to take and what you're trying to build, and then everything else kind of takes care of itself. That's usually why the underdogs do well, because they have a belief in themselves before anyone else does. And so I'm excited to see what these guys can do, because I think they've gone through a hard enough time where they appreciate that, and so we'll see if they can put it on the field.
How cool is it to be out here and to get an appreciation for their game and also have them kind of express the same thing back to you?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think we just, as athletes, you just appreciate each other's craft. I mean, we talked about that. It's just, I think you awe at some of the things these guys can do on the field, and I'm sure, they awe at what we can do on a thin piece of blade. So, it's really cool to be able to share that and appreciate each other's sports. And, we're fans of these guys. We're fans of sports in general. So when we get to meet them, we get excited like a kid would. And, we hope they feel the same way. And it's really neat to come out here, though, and see what they do. I think, for us, we're so caught up in our world a lot of times that we don't get to see what these guys go through. And their training camp's grueling. I mean, their facility is amazing, but they still got to go through the work and out here in 95-degree weather. And they're not holding back. They're trying to get this as good as they can, and that's something we're going to try to do in a month's time as well.
Whose idea was the jersey thing?
It's, I think, our PR guy, Todd Chirac, always got a good idea, but we wanted to make them up anyway.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get one made up for the Browns for me, but I'm waiting on that. Maybe no, I'm just kidding. No, it's really cool. No, just you know what? That's how you become fans. You trade off things. You show that you really do care about what they're doing, and I think they appreciate what we're doing south of the border, or south of them, I should say. And south of the border. I'm still in Canada for some reason. But yeah, it's really cool to have that relationship start to build, and I think we have a lot of people that care about Cleveland and Columbus, and vice versa.
You ever been to a Browns game?
Nope, but I'm going this year.
Okay.
I'm already excited. I'm gonna get one in for sure before the year.
I think I heard you say you became a fan of Baker when you were there for the Baker planting the flag game. So have you kind of been a fan or not? Since that was kind of a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, well, I mean, I started out not being a fan, but secretively, just kind of the way that I am, a little bit brash. I like that intensity. So I secretively thought it was great. But being a fan of Ohio State, we didn't love it too much. I just think that he's the type of guy that, we talked about him going in, into the game last year. He's the type of guy that his teammates seem to follow, and he's a really fun guy to watch. He's competitive. He's, especially for his age, it's insane. How competitive he is. How mature he is, and just fun to watch. And you're seeing it with this team, and the players that they're getting, because players want to play with him, players want to be around him, and I think that's one of the reasons that this team's headed in the right direction is because of a guy like that, and it's really impressive to see it, especially at his age.
Do you have any thoughts on the high expectations?
I mean, I think Nick, said it all. It can be tough when the expectations are high. It can be real tough, but. If you just stay within, your group and your leadership and believe in what you're doing and your process, then it really doesn't matter what the expectations are. So, you don't want to, fall short. You got to have your own expectations and just continue to grow as a group and as an organization, and then you'll eventually get to where you want to be.